Come in. Hiya, I just needed a quick word with you. Take a seat. Thanks. Right. What's all this about then? Well, I just needed to inform you of a change in my circumstances actually. I'm expecting. Hope it's not a pay rise. I mean, Sue hasn't been in the best of financial situations of late, has it? No. I mean, I'm expecting a baby. I'm pregnant. Oh, right. Well, congratulations. Thanks. There'll be a number of forms you need to fill in. Let me just get your file up. Bev, isn't it? No, Beth. Beth James. Bear with me. Ah, here we are. 23. I take it the baby wasn't planned. Well, not exactly. Me and my partner have been together for 5 years, but still came as a bit of a shock, you know. Oh, miss? Sorry? Not married either? No, we haven't got round to it yet. Besides, weddings are so expensive these days. So are babies, I've heard. Should I speak to Karen instead? Why Karen? It's just, she's head of HR. Her title may say that, but in all honesty, I don't know what she does all day. Right, okay. Let's see. You started with us in March last year? That's right, yeah. I transferred from Longleat. Not exactly long service though, is it? Before going off to start a family? A few more kids on the cards, I expect. Well, obviously I can't say yeah. I mean, this one hasn't even been born. Yeah, but once girls of your age and situation start, you can't usually stop, can you? The benefits become too tempting. Oh no, I 100% intend to return to work. Right. Do you know when the baby is due? Yes, I've had my scan. I'm 14 weeks now. Left it a bit late to tell us then. Well, I thought it was best to get the scan out of the way first and just check that everything was okay. Yeah, check for deformities and what have you. Fair enough. Everything alright? Is it just the one? Yes, I have the scan here actually. Oh, looks like you got the same print my cousin got. Joking, I am. They do all look the same though, don't they? Just grey and black splodges. I suppose, yeah. Right, I'm going to email you across a few forms later on. You'll just need to fill them out as soon as possible and then inform your line manager. Now, I expect you'll want to take the minimum amount of time off. Well, I'm not sure yet. I was thinking 6. 6 weeks, yeah. Weeks? No, I was planning to take a minimum of 6 months off. Months? Right, well, you'll need to clear that with your manager. I mean, it is quite excessive after all. Well, I believe I'm entitled to a year off if I need it. Yeah, but after the first 6 months, we don't necessarily have to give you your old job back, you see. I mean, why waste time temporarily replacing someone that's going to be flapping about and leaking all over the place when they get back, when you could have someone that's more dedicated and capable? Right then, that's all the info I need from you for now. And I'll drop you an email if I need anything else. Okay, thanks. Bye. Maternity leave is a big part of what I have to deal with here at the zoo. I mean, it doesn't happen often, to be honest. The animals are up the duff more often than the staff, but every now and again you get to speak to vet, like there's something in the air, you know? Overall, I think we're very lenient here at the zoo. I mean, we give someone a stable job with a decent salary, and then they bugger off for a year at the first opportunity.
Having a newborn is quite a big deal to most. I expect their lives will become quite stressful.
Fair point, but at the end of the day, that's up to them. I do begrudge paying them sometimes though. I mean, it's a lot of work on my part, so many forms to fill in. It's a lot of stress I don't need. Essentially, we're paying them to pop off and do a babysitting job. And I know most of them palm them off with family, so why not come back as soon as? I mean, I gotta go through the hassle of MAT B1s, safety assessments, and then more often than not, they'll get in touch and ask to extend their maternity leave. So then it turns into another load of forms I gotta get done.
Do you think it's important to spend as much time as possible with a newborn before returning to work?
Well, obviously, but most of them takes the piss, let's face it. I mean, they're faffing about with their leaving dates, they're always popping off for one appointment or another, and then at the end of it they expect a collection. I mean, do the people that don't have kids expect a collection when they pop off on holiday? No. Although I think it'd be a far better use of money, personally.
Have you ever considered having children?
Of course I have. I'm human. But I'd make sure I was financially secure first, you see. I'd marry a footballer or a businessman, something like that. Come in. Hi, you wanted to see me? Take a seat. So I just wanted a quick catch up with you today, just to check that we've got everything in place before you leave. Okay? Now, do you have your math B1? I do, yes. Right. Let's see, shall we? It's not fake, I promise. Well, better to be safe than sorry. You'd be surprised how many people fake a pregnancy. But that one all seems in order, so I'll process that this afternoon and get it back to you as soon as. Now, have you completed your risk assessment? Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, you certainly have a lot of concerns for your health, don't you? Well, working with the animals poses a number of risks to me. I mean, I can't be lugging about food and bedding for much longer. I take it you've been expecting your fellow keepers to pick up the slack? Well, they're happy to help me. There is a fine line between accepting help and taking advantage though, isn't there? I am pregnant. Oh, believe me, I can see that. It's going to be a big baby, isn't it? But if you can't gain weight in pregnancy, what can you, eh? My midwife thinks it's a small bump, actually. Really? So, is the plan still to leave at 8 months? That's right, yeah. No other health concerns? Nope. Good. Payroll will be sending you out a breakdown of what you get paid each week, and you may have to complete another risk assessment in a few weeks' time with your line manager. Okay, great. Right then, you're free to go. Are you alright getting out the door? We don't want you getting stuck now, do we? Joking, I am. She takes the piss, that one. She wants to leave 2 months before the baby's due. I mean, I know she'll be huge towards the end, but come on, we got a business to run. I mean, I'm surprised Chris has even signed that off, if I'm honest with you. And you won't believe all the stuff she's ticked on here. She wants to limit manual handling because her back's been aching. Oh, breathlessness, apparently. That'll make it easier for her to shirk all her duties, won't it? So what will she be doing? Feeding one of the elephants a carrot every now and again?
Isn't that private and confidential?
Well, obviously. I just think it's taking advantage, that's all. I mean, what are we actually going to be paying her for these last few months? I mean, she's also put down she's got regular migraines. Can you believe it? Signal waiting to happen, you mark my words.
Are these not common pregnancy problems?
Exactly. She needs to man up. I mean, if she's like this now, what's she going to be like when she gives birth to the thing? God, we'll never hear the end of that one. Hello? Alright. Visiting today, is she? Okay, send her in. Hiya. Just been visiting everyone today, but Chris wasn't in, so I thought I'd talk to you about my return to work. Right, okay. Oh, this one yours, is it? Or did you trade it in for a prettier model? Joking, I am. Surprising how good looking it is, though, isn't it? Now, what is it you wanted to discuss today? Well, I just wanted to make sure everything was in place, really. Okay, have you seen your old team? I have, yeah. It's like I haven't been away, really. Or they might say different. Lucy's been getting on very well. Done a fabulous job of replacing you. Covering for me. Sorry? Well, she's only maternity cover. That's for Chris to decide, really. What's that supposed to mean? Hell, the team really like her. She's an asset. Really career focused, you know? I'm going to come back to this job whether you like it or not. Nothing to do with me. I'm HR. I'm impartial. But the keepers have seemed to be getting on really well with her. They hit it off from day one, if truth be told. Oh, yeah, I think a few of them will be quite sad to see her turfed out, actually. She's not being turfed out. That's my job. Of course it is. Now, how exactly are you planning to work? Well, how do you mean? Childcare. I take it you couldn't find any for today? I wanted to bring him in to see everyone. I'm sure they appreciated that. But in terms of day-to-day, when you're back at work, have you got constant and dedicated childcare in place? Yes, my mum will take care of him. Your mother? Yes. See, the problem with family is they're, shall we say, flaky. So if the person that's due to look after your child is sick, then you'll be calling in absent to look after the child. Whereas at a nursery, there's always measures in place if someone is absent. Well, I don't want to leave him with strangers, and we can't exactly afford a daycare nursery. See, this is a problem with a lot of people. How do you mean? Young parents never fully plan for these things. I mean, they've got no common sense between them. It's a shame, really. But at the end of the day, it does the company no favours. You know what, I think I'll speak to Chris when he's back. Chris isn't HR. Yeah, and he's also not a bitch. Must be the hormones. God, she's not shifted that baby weight, has she?